So hello, everyone, and welcome to today's third meeting. Feel free to add in the chat how you are, where you are. If you have any questions that you don't want to forget, you can add them in the chat. That would be perfectly fine. So yes, we are starting week 3. Tomorrow, at least. So you have another day to complete whatever you wish to complete. Sorry for opening the room. Wonderful to see you here in Zoom. Of course, you get a certificate for attending, and you also get a chance to ask questions as we go. So let me make sure that you have the ability to ask. Okay, so you can all unmute yourself at any time and ask questions. All right, so we're going to get started. A little bit about me. The only thing that's relevant is the fact that I'm able to support you as a Moodler because I've been using Moodle as an admin and have had my own Moodle since 2003 and my own Moodle since 2006. I want to remind you that if you haven't started or you're hesitant about starting a task, to remember that the focus is not on the task, is on the task and not on perfection. There's no such thing as perfection. We're interested when things go wrong as you screen share, whatever you see. If you think you see the wrong thing, that's fine. That's part of it. And it's a chance to learn from you and ask questions. So it's perfectly fine. We're not an artist here, and we're not looking for any kind of perfection. So what's in week 3? Week 3, you will be focusing on the activities. You will generate activities using Moodle Activities, as well as adding AI. So you'll be creating AI-generated activities using Moodle, whatever is there under Moodle Activities for students. Now, you can use this for real students, imaginary students, just to practice, but you'll have a chance to back up everything that you do and save it on your computer so you can add it into a course. And I think that's of value to you. So create real things might be an option. So by the end of week 3, you will have attended and you're here. Congratulations. Or watch the recording if you're not here. You'll also get an account if you don't already have one on online courses for free. If someone can add that in the chat, that would be great. Okay, feel free to add that. And when you request a course, you will get a course, and the course that you received will appear under My Courses on online courses for free. You will have labeled 0 as the overview and or syllabus, whatever you want to add there. Section 2 as the resources, and section 3 as the activities. You will turn editing on, and then you can add activities. In this case, you've added resources last week. This week, it's activities. So you'll be exploring lots of activities. As you saw, there are more activities than resources. And you'll be sharing as you explore. So it's not something that you plan. You're not planning a video tutorial. You are showing what you see as you do the activities. So the screen sharing feature is with you all the time. So think of it as having a video, a camera on your forehead, and you're just taking us on a tour. You're going to add 3 discussion forums. Now, a forum is an activity in Moodle. It's under activities. You'll be creating 3 forums, 1 for support, and you'll be adding your support forum under each of your sections. 1, you will add a rating, and you'll learn about ratings for a grade. how we grade students, the way I grade you. I grade using the grading rating system. And then there's another system that I don't use with you, but I use it with my students in my course with my students in Greece. And I use whole grade forum, where students don't see each other's work at all. Okay, they just get it graded. And then you'll be adding a Poodle read aloud activity, which I think you will like, with a grade. Now, it's important to add what's called condition completion. That means that students have to do something. And this is later on connected to the badges. And you'll learn more about that in the next course that you take next year. So by the end of week 3, you'll also add a quiz or H5P. You can choose either or. They're both activities, and you'll add a grade. With the quiz, it's out of 10. With the other activities, it's out of 100. You'll also add a sticky notes activity with a grade. And the grade is simply for adding the sticky notes. And you decide how many sticky notes the students need to add. Then you'll use one of the AI tools to create an activity and add it to one of the discussion forums. I use the discussion forums as assignments rather than using an assignment, because this way with the discussion forums, whatever you add there, everyone can view and learn from one another. And then you'll also use a bot. There are a few bots, and I'll show you what that looks like. So that's an overview. These are the activities that are available in week 3. Everything is clickable here, so you can add that. Oh, thank you for adding that, Jonathan. Really appreciate that. Thank you for adding the link to online courses for free. So this is for, this is a reminder of all the Moodle activities that are available for you to try out. Okay, but we'll be focusing on specific ones like sticky notes. Notice I favored it. It's with a star, and you can do the same. There's sticky notes. We'll be using Poodle, Word, that's on the next page. And of course, the discussion forum. But after you do these, you may add the others as well, of course, if you have time. These are the starred ones, the ones that I favored. Notice here, for the activities, there's checklist, there's Poodle read aloud that I don't see here. Oh, there it is, Poodle read aloud in pink. And there is the forum here and sticky notes. Okay, for the activities. Here you have starred both the activities and resources. And these are the external AI tools for Moodle, for both the resources and the activities, but we're focusing on the activities this week. So you'll be using some of these. You can use Magic School for activities, and you can also use DeFit. You can use quizzes for quizzes. Notice the different spelling. And you can use Hey Jen with the AI. They made it a paid feature now. You can use Cheech, a Genius AI. You can use Twee, TeachMate, Tascade, Teachy, and Brisk for the activities. And then I think yeah. And you need to request a course. Most of you have. If you haven't, it's not too late. Just got to go through what I showed you before about the video tutorials. The reason I asked you to use Screen Recorder Canva is because it's unlimited, and Wondershare because it's free, and you can also have the yellow browser, and there are videos here. But if you don't want to use those, there are these that you can use. Screen Pals, nice. I've used it for years. but you can upload them to Generico. And this is a way to use Google Drive and how to use Generico, because the idea is to embed everything. And we've talked about that. There's more information on that. What I want to add is for you to consider adding to Google Drive. If YouTube sees that in your video there is an email, one email, even if it's yours, it'll remove it and it won't give you the time of day. It'll just start saying that you're a bad person and that you are bullying other users by exposing their email, even if it's yours. So some of the best practices. There's something new now. I'm going to take you to the site in a minute, but before I do, I just want to remind you that there was a problem with the theme. It didn't have the breadcrumbs, but now it's there, and you can see and go back, and I'll show you how that's done. Keep asking questions, and now you'll have a chance to ask questions because you can unmute yourself. Going to go into the site. So let me go back into chat. If someone can add the link to the site, that would help. In the meantime, I am going to go into our site, and let me stop screen sharing so I can log in and go back here. See if that works. There we are. Okay, I'm going to go into the course before I go there. Now, this is what I want to show you. I'm in a course right now, and let me go back into my courses. And I've got lots of courses. I'm going to go into home and into this course. Now, notice what the change is here. I can go into home at the top right, into my courses. I can go into this course, and I can go into week 1. If I go into week 1, which I'm not going to do, I'm going to go into week 3. If I go into week 3, and I want to go into, for example, the first video tutorial, let me just make sure that I'm a participant, into the first activity, first video. Okay, this is it. I told you to go to the left, right? In order to go back and forth. You don't need to do that. You can now use what's called breadcrumbs. Notice here, this is the course. And I want to be in, okay, I'm right now, you can see where I am, week 3 activities. And before that is the course itself. Going to scroll down again and go into the video, the first one. And notice now I can still go to week 3 activities by going through the breadcrumbs, going from right to left. So I'm here now. It always shows me where I am on the right, the far right, and then where I came from. I came from week 3. Okay, so this is the activity, and it's an easier way to navigate. Now, this wasn't available because there was a bug, not my bug, but a bug in the theme, and I asked it to be fixed. It took a couple of weeks, but they fixed it. So now you've got the instructions here. You're going to add 2 discussion forums, 1 for support with a grading and so on. So let me show you what that looks like. Okay, I see we've got 2 participants who applied. Let me go back here. All right, so here, I'm going to ask one of you to do it. So are there any volunteers to go into their course so I can help them and everyone else can view it? Any volunteers? You can unmute yourself and say yes. Thank you for adding that, Nabiha. Just say yes, and I'll give you a chance to do this. Volunteers. I need 1 volunteer.
Dr. Nelly, I think
Want to be
Nabia
a
said she'd
volunteer?
volunteer
Who? I don't see.
in the
Who?
chat.
Oh, I wanted to hear a voice. Sorry. I was waiting for a voice.
Oh, yes, I can do it.
Okay, to be okay. I wanted a voice. That's why I gave you voice to make it easier so you can speak. Thank you for that, Johnny. Okay, so go ahead. I think you can do that. Let me check to make sure that, yes, you can do that. Just grab the green share and then you can go
Okay.
there.
Yeah. So you want me to go into my course?
Yes.
Okay.
In the meantime, everyone can go into their courses as well and just follow along if that's possible. Let me see if I can. Okay, have you started?
Yes, I'm sharing now my screen.
Great, great. Now, okay, Nabiha, great. Okay, you're gonna go into your, that's not the course. Okay, great. I think you're on the wrong platform. But that was a good way of doing it. That's correct. Yeah, you
So,
need to go into online courses for free. You'll find it in the chat.
okay.
Just click from the chat. It'll take you straight there. Sorry, that wasn't clear.
Okay.
Great. Don't log in. Hold on. Hold on. Let me go back to the meeting. Okay, now you can log in while we're not seeing the details. This is a way to hide it. Let me know when you're done, when you're logged in, and then we'll come back. This is just for the camera for YouTube so they don't
Yes.
throw
Yes,
us
I'm
away.
in.
Okay, great. All right, perfect. Okay, now, okay, you're going to go into your course.
Yes. This one.
Okay, great. Okay, you're going to turn editing on. And then you're going to choose activities. No, not plus. Just go into the activities. No, that's there. Sorry, the tab. Yes, exactly. And now you're going to go into the plus. Yeah. Okay, great. You've got your starred ones. No, you haven't starred any. You only have maybe recommendations. Okay, so we're going to go. What's the first thing she's going to go into? Anyone remember?
Let me check.
Anyone?
Forum.
No?
Forum.
That's right. That's right. That's it. Forum. Very good. Who was that? Yes. Go into forum. If you don't find forum, go into search and just write the word forum if you can't find it, because there's so many of them, right? There it is. That's right. And you can star it, yeah, for later. Okay. Now you'll give it a title. You can always change this. So by the way, if you don't want the ads, you can go into, there are some free ad blockers that you don't need. I block all the ads. Okay, now you add a description. You need to add a description. So for now, just call it ask questions or something, or just ask away. Ask away is short. Okay, ask questions, right. And then, okay, now scroll down slowly and go into attachments and word count. Yes, exactly. Now this is for everybody. Do not let people add files to your courses because it slows the courses down and you don't know what they're going to add. So as a teacher, you don't want anyone to add any kind of file. So you open that up where it says 500K, you open it KB, and then you scroll all the way down where it says uploads not allowed. Plus, you don't want to upload students' work, upload the, PDF files and then download them back or Word. You don't want any kind of uploads and downloads. And then you go down, okay, and all the way down, and then you save and return to course. You don't, yeah, return to course. Okay, now you go in and add, that's it. Now you go in and add another forum, because remember there are 3 forums. This one, okay, another one. This time you're going to add rating, which means that students are going to write or do an activity the way you are doing in my courses. And it's not going to be called support because it's not a support. This time it's going to be an activity. So what would you like students to do? Okay. Discuss what? Okay. No, discussion forums they know. So usually I add a name. So it could be on linguistics. What would you like them to discuss? Maybe some terminologies or
Yeah.
Okay. And maybe you want to add a Quizlet here. You know what I mean? So you could have, instead of discussion, you could add yeah. Yeah. Your knowledge. Okay. And then here you'll be using, now if you want to use Quizlet, you will create something on Quizlet and add it here. If you want to use another AI tool, you will add it here. So for now, because we're not going to do it, so for now, you might just want to ask them to do something. Maybe you want them to create a Quizlet set, or you want them. Here you'll add instructions. So for now, just write instructions, okay? And then, yeah, just write it, and then you can think about it later. You don't have to think about it now, okay? And then you don't need to display the description because it'll show up on the page. You go into availability first, not availability, sorry, attachments. And then get rid of that because we don't want students to upload and download. And then you're going to go into a whole grade. We'll start with that. And then you're going to, yeah, open that up. And you're going to write point because it's going to be a whole grade out of 100. And then the grade to pass, you can decide that it's 60, 80, whatever you want, or 100. In my case, but you can decide that you want 60. I don't know what it is at your university, but okay. And then, okay. And then you're going to go to completion condition. No, you can't do rating. That was a good point there, Nabiha. You can't do both. You can do either whole grade, so you're going to leave the whole grade, or you can do ratings, but not both. And then you're going to go into conditions, completion conditions, and you got to go into add requirements. This is very, very important in Moodle. You don't have it on any other LMS. And then you're going to go to receive grade. Yeah. And then you're going to go into passing grade. And then the rating, it's not rating, right? It's whole grade. You open that up, whole form. Okay, they're not very good with their consistency when it comes to names. Remember, these are not teachers, these are developers. And then don't add set timeline because we'll get notifications if we're in your course and we don't want to get these notifications. But in a real class, you might want to set a timeline, but not for this, okay? And then you're going to, you can let them know, but you're not going to let them know. But you can, and then you're going to save and return to course. So that's the second one. Okay, so we've got test your knowledge. Now you're going to create another one, the third one, and this time you're going to add the ratings. Okay, so you go into forum, and then you're going to call it something else because, okay, chapter 1, okay. So here, add the instructions. You can get that ready. So just write because you need to add something. So just instructions. You need to add something, otherwise it's going to tell you that it's not, but we can experience that. Okay. Okay, great. And then you're going to go into attachments. We don't want attachments. So no uploads. And then now you're going to go into exactly. You're a good learner. And I'm sure everybody said that too. And then you go into open that up. And then what I usually choose, you've got a choice here. Either average, count. I go for the maximum. But you can decide whatever you want. Some of the ratings. And then you must add a grade to pass or it won't go. Okay, it'll tell you that there's something wrong. Okay, and then scroll down. Now I want to show you something else. If you go into common modules, you'll see that you can also have groups, but that's for next year, okay? So everything can be grouped so that students get their individual way of being tested or something. So for some students, it might be out of 100, for some out of 45, you can customize it. But for now, we'll leave that because we don't have groups. And then you're going to scroll down until you get to completion, right? Completion. Exactly, yay, you got it. Okay, and then passing, no, it's not whole now. Now it's rating, you were right. And then you'll scroll down and then, right. Save and displays if you go back to the activity, but this is for the whole course. So now what's next? We'll let somebody else do it. Thank you very much, Nabiha. Who is our next screen sharing practitioner who wants to practice? Okay, go ahead. Just grab the screen. You don't have to ask for permission. Thank you for that.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
Here we go. Great. All right, so you can go to my courses. Oh, you found it? Great. Now, you're not logged in. Yeah, everything is guests. In other words, everybody can view everything, but you need to log in order to do anything. So I'll let you log in. Let me leave in there. Tell me when you're logged in. In the meantime, okay, John.
I think I'm in now.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So let's go back here. Let me stop screen sharing. There we go. All right. So there, go back to Jonathan. Lovely. You're doing a lot of stuff here. Great. Wonderful. Wow, I like that image. Okay, great. All right. So wonderful. You're already developing your course. That's great. Okay, and you've got something there. Wonderful. Okay. Now you're going to go into the next activity. What was the next activity? You have to go into the course to find out. So let me do that for you. The next activity is for week 3 is to use AI tools, right? And the next one is bots. Okay, we'll go into the bots. I think that's more exciting. Tutorial number 3. In tutorial number 3, you will get a list of bots. Okay, maybe I can screen share that for you, but that's okay. Don't stop screen sharing. You don't have to. We can all screen share at the same time. Okay, so here we are. Can you see that? You need to go into my screen share. You'll see it at the top, a list of, does everybody see this now? Week 3. Oops. If you see this, don't worry about it. It's a bug that needs to be fixed. Does everybody see this? Let me know. You've got...
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. I need voice. I'm going to the last one. The last one is using AI tools with a bot. And these are the bots that you can choose from. There's Character AI, 11 Labs, Mizoo. We're going to choose Mizoo. Okay, Jonathan, you're going to choose Mizoo. So click on Mizoo. Do you have it ready? Also, RiffBot. Okay, Mizoo is the simplest one. Okay, so
I've got Mizoo open, I think.
great. If not, you need to go into the course and then you can open it up.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna work with Mizoo. So let's go back to Jonathan. This keeps coming up here. Okay. There you got Mizoo. So go back into the course.
Go back to the course. Yeah.
Your course. I mean, your course on online courses for free. Yes, that's the one. Now you're going to go into add an activity or resource, and you're going to add. Yeah, you're going to go into a forum.
Forum?
And that's how we grade students when we use external tools, AI tools. Okay, we're going to call this Mizoo. What would you like to use the Mizoo for?
Maybe for some English grammar practice.
Yeah, it's a great idea. But it has to be specific though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it
Okay.
could be in general. You know what? You might want to try. Let's try general. Let it correct their mistakes. But it's a conversation with a bot. Okay, so the bot will be a grammar bot. Okay, so practice with a grammar bot. You can call it that. Okay, now what you're going to do, leave this open. You can add that in the description, but that's okay. Leave this open and go back, go into Mizoo. Okay, now go into your course. Okay, now I would go into sometimes into new session and share it with teachers rather than with students in our courses, So if you go into the course.
Just 1 second, I need to
Okay.
move this. It's open. I don't know, I really have some kind of problem with the internet because I started creating this support forum, so I'll go back to this one.
You can change the support form to call it something else and then get another support form. So you can call this Mizoo, for example, just for
1
now.
second. So again, I don't know what's going on, but I have problems with the internet connection, so it's really slow.
I see. And you know
Just like
what?
I'm the same, my videos are like 20
Mm.
minutes because
Yeah. Oh my
the internet
gosh.
connection is really slow.
That's annoying. Anyways, what you need to do in the description, you simply add the Mizoo. Instead of ask
Okay,
questions.
so I will just I will call it speaking forum.
Okay. And then you under ask questions, you add the link of the Mizoo. Or under that, the link of the Mizoo.
I need to go to
Mizoo.
Mizoo back.
Yeah. Now you go to teachers. Don't share students, share with teachers. And then all of us will have it in our Mizoo bot. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, sorry, you have to
So you
change
see,
it
I just copied like the top page on at the top of the website.
Yeah, I know, I understand that. It took us to yours. Okay, now you go back into the course and you make that change. Yeah.
So all pages are loading.
Okay. We understand. Now we know what it's like. So you're not alone. Okay, now we need to fix that. So you go into edit. Do you see edit? The edit is at the top. It'll come up.
I need to move the panel where I can see all of you.
Yes, exactly. So you go into settings.
Just 1 second, because I don't know why I can't move here. Settings.
Do you see them on the left, on the top left? Just remove all of that, delete that. All of it, yeah.
Yeah. And I put on top of it.
And this time we're not going to set it in a new window. We're just going to paste it. Okay, and then scroll down so that we see, yeah. We will be able to click on it, but it will open in a new window. It won't open a new window. Okay, that's okay. And then save and display. Have fast internet. Now you can see how your students feel if they have slow internet. Sometimes we don't understand students, but we need to understand that not everybody has the same internet features. Some are slower than others. And if students tell you that they spend hours, sometimes it's true. Okay, now you can click on it and it'll take us to the bot and we'll be able to do it. Can you put it in the chat? Then okay, you don't have to. But anyways, now we can play it. Okay, now we can, there it's coming up. And you can use Mizoo for so many things. Hello, I hear crime. Tell me about it. I'm sure we will find the culprit. Wow, that sounds exciting. Okay. And then you add a reply, a message, and then it talks to you. And you could actually talk to the bot and tell the bot,
Yes, so there's
don't
this.
understand. What is a culprit, for example? What is a culprit? No understand, or it doesn't even have to be correct grammar. You know, whatever students write. What is a culprit? And then even though it's off topic, the bot will answer and provide information. And you've got a nice logo there. Very nice for the bot. A culprit is a person. And then you could ask, too difficult. You could ask, explain it to a 10-year-old, and it'll change the language. Because look, there are a lot of difficult words like speculate. If they don't understand a culprit, how are they going to understand speculate? Explain to a 10-year-old. Yeah, that's what I do and tell my students to do. And then it explains in very
Which is
simple,
cool.
yeah,
Made a mistake.
explain to, that's okay if you make typos. It doesn't matter to the bot. The bot will understand. Is a bad guy in a story who did something wrong, like, but you can also make it speak. Can you make, I don't know if you have the
Yes,
audio
I
on.
have. So
Oh, you have? So yeah, let's hear it. You don't want to hear my voice. It's a lot more exciting to hear a bot.
A culprit is like a bad guy in a story who did something wrong, like stealing or breaking something. When someone says, let's find the culprit, it means they want to discover who did the bad thing so they can be held responsible. It's important to find out the truth. Do you know any stories with a culprit in them?
Okay, so that's how it starts. You can also ask, you know, what it simpler, you know, make it for a 5-year-old, you know, or what is responsible. So the students can actually engage with this at any level, or stealing, what is stealing, make it for for a 5-year-old, so that it gives examples to you know, students who may not understand at this level. So a 5-year-old, but not any lower than 5, because then it's going to be for babies, and then that could be insulting. Who did something naughty, like taking a toy. Okay, put the audio on.
yeah, so just loading.
Okay. This is really funny.
Did something naughty, like taking a toy that isn't theirs. When we find the culprit, we want to know who it was so we can help fix the problem. It's like a game where we solve a mystery. Can you think of a time when something went missing?
Okay.
Isn't that wonderful? Now you can also, of course, ask for beginners, language learners, but then it doesn't always make the language simpler. So that's it. Thank you, and thank you very, very much for that. And I'm going to try to go into the course and see if, okay, so thank you for that. Can everybody see mine right now? I just want to take you back to
Yes.
week 3 on the breadcrumbs. So you get the idea of what you'll be doing. You'll be doing a video tutorial with the activities, Moodle activities, and then you'll be using activities with AI, such as this one, AI generated activities. And these are the AI tools that you'll be using for the activities. They're all listed here, and you'll be able to use these. Okay, there's one that I developed here. Okay, and then you'll be able to use that. And here is how to create a quiz and how to create a form. If you've forgotten how to create a form, there's a video on that. Okay, now we can go back here. We don't have to go back through here. We can go back to week 3 activities and then go through the list, or of course use the left here. That's always there. Okay, so there are actually 3 activities. The first one is on Moodle. Yes, Jonathan, go ahead. You're always able to speak. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. I had a question. I was trying
Yes.
to add the hangman game out of the
Oh, yeah.
activities,
Mhm.
but it came up as an error.
Yeah, it could be. I think you have to connect it to another activity. to
Ah.
something else. Did it tell you in the error message? But in any case, send me the error message. If you ever get any error message, because this is Moodle 5, and I know that it's compatible, it's supposed to be compatible with 5, but maybe there is a glitch of some kind. So send me, if you could always get a screenshot of the error
Okay.
message, and then go into support in week 3, and I'll try to fix that
Okay.
and see what's
And
going
the
on.
other question, I tried
Yes.
in one of the text box, the tiny MCE editor, AI text generator and AI image generator, but that didn't work either. I don't know if it's my computer or
Where?
you
Oh,
know when you're in the forum and it's got the AI function.
Oh, you're talking about if you go into a form, for example,
Yeah.
this form, if you can see my screen, and then where is it?
It's part of the one of the tiny MCE editor functions. It's
Oh,
like
okay. Okay. So it's in the, let me go there. I hope nobody is, oh, somebody did. Okay, let me add a new discussion. Where,
and
here?
the
Oh,
one
in this one.
that's the one.
Okay, and
I
what
don't know
did
if
you
it's my
want?
computer, but I tried to generate some text and then it took some
Text.
time and didn't come back with
Okay,
anything.
so I'm doing it now. What would you
Yeah.
like me to do here? Describe the text you want to create. You can, okay. Tell me something, create a text on language learning. I don't know. Okay. And then generate text. Let's see what happens if I get an error too. Then it took too long, maybe. Okay, there's the text.
Yours comes straight up.
And then I insert. Let me try, we haven't finished yet. Let me
No,
try
see,
to
mine didn't
insert.
even get to that
Oh, there,
stage.
it's
So,
inserted. This is great, right? Thank you very much, everyone. We'll see you during the week, and enjoy. And